Bad debt is now surfacing. Bad debt is surfacing. Fake loans, liar loans, whatever you want to call them, has basically disenfranchised middle class families across the Commonwealth. Every country in the Commonwealth is on the hook for this, and every country is in the Commonwealth is on the hook for selling out their middle class to the highest bidders. What am I talking about? Well, Chinese investors or Chinese influencers or Chinese, I'm not talking about social media influencers, but people from China that are coming in, buying us out, leaving homes empty across the country, and leaving middle class disenfranchised, and basically destroying the fabric of what it means to be a Canadian or Australian, New Zealander or whatever. And something surfaced today, and someone sent me this on social media and said, oh my lord, Mike, you were right. You got to check this out. And it's not about being right. It's about putting the message out there years ago and trying to make something of it so it could be fixed, or something could be questioned. Or somebody could say, why does this guy keep making these videos about this stuff all these years? Doesn't he know he's wrong? Well, nobody questioned anything. Now people are coming forward and making videos about it and blowing up the scenes on social media and becoming social media heroes by telling us what we already know. But what were we originally trying to tell you? There it is, folks. So I received this, and since 2015, the whistleblower concluded that more than 10 Toronto area HSBC branches issued at least $500 million in loans to diaspora buyers claiming exaggerated incomes or non-existing jobs. And we talked about this many times, about calculating your TDS, figuring out liar loans, the whole 9 yards, and fueling numbers of incomes. And the lenders are on the hook for this, for falsifying. The lenders are on the hook for falsifying income statements, T4s, letters of employment. They're all on the hook for this, the lenders, right? People go in, they falsify all this information to get people into, but a Canadian proper goes into the bank that they've been with for 30 years, the bank tells them to get lost. So there he goes. Fake Chinese income, mortgage, fuel Toronto, real estate bubble, HSBC bank leaks, huge mortgage fraud showing borrowers with exaggerated income from one specific country, China. The Bureau investigates whistleblower documents. And then it leads to this, if you want to check out the Bureau. And you can check this. Chinese migrants living across Toronto were obtaining mortgages from HSBC while supposedly earning extravagant salaries from the remote work jobs in China. In one example, an Ontario casino worker that owned 3 homes also claimed to earn $345,000 in 2020, analyzing the data remotely from a Beijing company. So that's how they're parking, and they've been parking money into Canadian real estate. And this is very, very important. But we have been spreading the word about this many years ago. And there it is. Toronto housing market on fire. Chinese money has arrived in a frantic pace 7 years ago. This is my opinion. Oh yes, it's out of control. The city and the greater GTA is rallying. Chinese money is making its way to Toronto real estate after Vancouver installed the foreign buyers tax. Canada, get ready for more Chinese. Rest in peace, middle class. Toronto needs more Chinese investors. Toronto housing market is failing. Chinese will help. Chinese millionaires using backdoor into Canada to help fake housing market. Rest in peace, middle class. And look, StatsCan reported 2,370 people who recently arrived in BC through provincial immigration program have bought single-family houses on average $2.38 million. So this is Canada selling to the highest bidder and disenfranchising its middle class. Mind you, this also happened in Australia, New Zealand, and the UK, right? And the blue states of America. Canadians taking on too much debt, the dangers of excessive debt, and the impact of rising rates. Why did we make this video 5 years ago? Because Canadians were competing with money launderers and over-leveraging and taking on too much debt. And then we made this video, housing, let's get more Canadians in debt, competing with Chinese money laundering since 2015. Launder your money here today. Chinese can now buy milk and eggs and a Canadian condo online. So the Chinese could easily go online and, like Jiawei, it's like right here, real estate from China, people buying real estate in China could buy Canadian real estate like they're buying eggs and eggs and milk. And it just keeps going more and more and more. And it's something that we've been and now I want to put this in. It's a video we made 6 years ago. No one saw this video. But food is not free. Canada's banking watchdog sets tougher rules for mortgage lending 6 years ago. In my opinion, really, why not implement these rules 10 years ago and have a TDS calculator to include food? Because food is not free. Forecasted by 2020, 2022, people will... because food is not free, forecasted by 2020 to 2022, people will be out of reach of food. I know that says food, because we've been warning about warning people about this all these years. Now, what's the point of making this whole video? Well, the point of making this whole video is if the TDS calculators were set up for food, cell phone bills, car insurance, and stuff that the total debt service ratio calculators normally didn't calculate at the time, you would see that people couldn't afford to buy food if they took on these big mortgages to compete with money launderers. Money launderers came in after 2010 during the Vancouver model. Vancouver was supposed to see a housing correction, but the 2010 Olympics basically opened the world to money launderers. Come and park your money in Canada. Come and park your money in our real estate. Leave everything empty. Anyways, guys, I've been throwing around social media everywhere. I just can't find a place where I could just make my videos. So I'm going to be retiring at the end of 2024. And if you guys want to join us, we are still doing Mike in the Night every Saturday. We are on Odyssey. If you guys want to join us here, we are on Odyssey. And there's the last Mike in the Night. Really good call-ins, a lot of great people. And there's the show right there. And go on Odyssey and type in Mike Martins if you guys want to join us for Mike in the Night every Saturday, 5 p.m. Pacific time. I wanted to put this out there because I heeded the warnings. I was basically, put in my place for being accused of making stuff up or being accused of misleading people or being accused of lying all these years. I was never given a chance on any social media platform. I was never given a chance to build up and actually get something more mainstream going for you guys, something more, right? It's become crippling unaffordable to make videos. But don't worry. Somebody will make a video about this topic today that started a channel 3 months ago, and it'll get 3 million views on it. And he'll be telling you what we should have done when we were warning you already what could have been done. Mike Martins here. I have spoken.